everybody, I hope you're very well and welcome to this Here to Help video on the structure of the atom. Let's get started. This here is an atom with different lines coming out of it to label different sections, but we're going to come to that in a minute. So first of all, we're going to look at the particles, which is the section up here. So there are three particles within an atom: protons, neutrons and electrons. And protons have a positive charge, they're positively charged, and they have an atomic mass of 1 AMU, 1 atomic mass unit. Neutrons have no charge and have almost no atomic mass unit, so almost 0 AMU. AMU stands for atomic mass unit, or units, depending on how much it is. And electrons are negatively charged, they're negative, and they have an atomic mass of 1 AMU. So protons and electrons are the opposite charges and are both 1 AMU, and neutrons have almost no charge and almost no atomic mass. So now if we come down here to look at this diagram here, if you want you can pause the video just now and try and label the section, so you can pause now if you want, and if you have paused, well, I'll come back. Otherwise I'm going to go straight in and label the sections of the video, the atom here. So I'm going to start off with this line here. Oh, sorry, this line here should be there, it should be here. Okay, so that line there, what would that stand for? That is the nucleus of the atom. Okay, now they also speak about a nucleus of a cell. So they do this kind of hold the same purpose, they both hold kind of the main parts of the atom in this case, or the cell, like the chromosomes in biology. So that is the nucleus, and then here we've got a line here connecting to this section and a line here connecting to this section. They're both known as shells, that can also be known as layers. And next we have these dots, well, these circles here, and they represent electrons. So what are electrons? They are negatively charged and they have an atomic mass of 1 AMU. So that is the electrons in there. Sorry, I've just realised you can't see that, so I'll just bring that down there. And then these colours of red and green don't mean anything, they're just to show you they're different, so don't worry about the colours. So I'm just going to say red's a proton and green's a neutron, doesn't matter. Because those colours don't actually represent them, I just use colours that I've got for pens. So these red ones we're going to say are protons, and these green ones we're going to say are neutrons. So one of the main important points in simple chemistry to remember is that an atom is neutral. Why is an atom neutral? Because they have the same number of protons and the same number of electrons. So I'm just going to change that to make that statement correct. So I'm going to pop in a green one there. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3 electrons and 1, 2, 3 protons. So that would translate as protons are positively charged. So we have 1, 2, 3 protons, and electrons are negatively charged, and we have 1, 2, 3 electrons. Positives and negatives cancel each other out, just because like positive 1 minus 1 equals 0. So that cancels each other out. So you end up with 0. That is why an atom is neutral. That is why an atom has no charge, because protons are positive and electrons are negative, and there are the same number of protons, positively charged particles, in the atom as there are electrons, negatively charged particles in the atom. And the neutrons don't interfere with that because have got almost no charge. Okay, and the nucleus is where the protons and neutrons live within the atom. That's where they stay. That's almost like their little house, a little shelter. And what is shells/layers? So shells/layers is where the electrons live. So how it works is you have a specific number of electrons in each shell. And for example, in the first one you can only have 2 electrons. So they orbit the atom, and that is where they live, and then the protons and neutrons live in the nucleus. So the key points to remember are an atom is neutral and has no charge with protons which are positive and electrons which are negative. There is the same number of them in an atom. So there's the same number of positive particles as there are negative particles in the atom. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you found this video useful. Bye for now.